Hey, it's Joe here and welcome to this free tutorial called Evergreen Traffic Pinterest Edition. In this video, we'll cover how to use Pinterest to receive evergreen traffic. For some reason, many marketers underestimate Pinterest, but it's actually a very powerful tool when you know how to use it. Yes, Pinterest is mostly known to be a discovery platform, a place where people just go and browse and see what they find, see something interesting, something that catches their eye. But Pinterest is not only a discovery platform, it's actually very similar to other search engines such as Google and YouTube. Many people go to Pinterest and search for very specific things, and they do it like in any other search platform. They go to the search bar and they enter a specific keyword for what they're looking for. Here is where you jump in and take advantage of this. To begin creating that evergreen traffic flow, you need to create content that's about a very specific topic. Your content needs to include keywords in the title and spread out throughout the content itself. I recommend using a listicle. Listicles work very well on Pinterest. Now, if you don't know what a listicle is, it's just a combination of words. The words list and article. You put these together and you make a listicle. So all a listicle is an article that has a list of things. What that list will be, it'll vary depending on what your topic is, what your niche is. Let's go ahead and look at some examples. If we look at this example, we're looking at gardening, 15 vegetables that thrive in container gardens. Then on this one, we have 15 creative ways I use to make $100 every day. 7 smart tips to promote affiliate products for more sales. 5 best houses for large dogs. 10 plus greenhouses made using recycled windows. And then if we go back, we can look at the actual article that each one of these pins refers to. So for example, the first one, the one of vegetables, we look at the article and right here you have vegetable container gardening, 15 veggies to grow in pots. Then we have 15 creative ways I use to make $100 every day. And the article points to this right here. But there is a bit of non-congruency because you have 36 creative ways and the pin actually said 15. So whenever you actually create a pin and then you link it to your article, make sure that both the pin and the article are congruent. This is very important because it can throw off people whenever they see something on your pin and then they see something different on the article. It makes you doubt. So make sure to have congruency. If you use 10 on your pin, make sure that on your article you have 10. If you have 8 on your pin, have 8 on your article as well. Don't have that non-congruency. Make sure that people know they're exactly where they need to be. On this one, the 7 smart tips to promote affiliate products, we look at the article and also 7 best ways to promote affiliate products. On this one, 5 best dog houses for large dogs, we look at the article and again, we don't have the congruency. So this can actually throw off the user, throw off whoever's landing on your article. It can make them doubt that they're actually on the correct article. But again, make sure that you do not commit this mistake. Now we're looking at these and we're learning as we go through as well. But the reason that I show these is because they're very popular on Pinterest and I'll show you how you can actually check if something is popular on Pinterest. Let's look at the following example. So on this one, we have 10 greenhouses made using recycled windows. We look at the actual article and we have 10 ways to make a greenhouse from old windows. So they do have that connect between the pin and the article, but they went a step further. If we look at the detail over here, they're actually using that same image from Pinterest on their article. So this is actually assuring the person that went from the pin to the article that yes, they landed on the correct page. Okay, so how do we know that these articles are actually popular on Pinterest? Well, we can use a website called Sharedcounts right here. So all you do is you go back, for example, to this article here, we copy the link, we come back to Sharedcounts, we paste it, and then we click on Analyze URLs. So as you can see, this article has been pinned on Pinterest over 64,000 times, and it's been shared on Facebook 79 times. Now, a lot of times you will see a big disconnect between Facebook and Pinterest, but that's good because they're different types of audiences. You can actually tailor your information so that it favors more Facebook or that it favors more Pinterest. But in this case, we're looking at Pinterest because with all honesty, it's actually much easier to create this free organic traffic from Pinterest. Let's go ahead and look at the other examples. If we go, for example, to the ways of making money, we copy that one, we come over to Sharedcount, we paste it, and we add the URL. So this article, you can see that it has been pinned over 112,000 times on Pinterest. And on Facebook, over 2,000 times. So once again, you do see that disconnect of audience between Facebook and Pinterest. Let's look at the other example. We have the 7 best ways to promote affiliate products. So we copy the link, we come over here, and we paste it. We add the URL. And on this article, even though it's not over 60,000 or over 100,000, it still has close to 5,000 pins on Pinterest. So even though this article has been pinned about 5,000 times, that still creates a considerable amount of traffic to the article itself. Let's look at the other example. Okay, but before we go there, let me show you that you can actually erase these. That way you don't get confused if you're trying to see a specific example. Now, for example, if you want to add up, let's say you're in your blog and you get 5 different articles, you want to paste them here and see the total amount of times they all have been pinned on Pinterest, then yes, you can leave them there. But if you're looking just at a single one, then you can just erase a past website. That way you don't get confused with the numbers or with the website itself. So let's look at the other example. So on this one, we have 10 ways to make a greenhouse from old windows. We'll copy the link, we'll come back over to Sharedcount, we'll paste it, and we'll analyze the URL. Now on this one, you can see that it's been pinned over 45,000 times on Pinterest. And once again, you can observe that disconnect between the audience of Pinterest and Facebook, where on Facebook, it's only been shared 69 times. Now, why are we looking at these examples? Well, like on any other social media platform, when something goes viral, you want to mirror that exact strategy because chances are your article may go viral as well. And even if it doesn't pick up 100,000 pins, but you only pick up 5, 10, 15,000, that is still going to create a considerable amount of traffic to your article, to your site. So as I mentioned before, your content needs to be very specific. And as you saw in these examples, all these articles were very specific to topics and they were all listicles. People like having options and it'll keep them entertained for a longer while as well. If you give people only one choice, let's say for example, how to make a picnic table, but then another article gives them 5 different options, they'll probably stick around for a longer time on the one that gives them 5 different options because they'll look at each different option and see which one they like better. That and you're upping your chance of that person clicking on any one of the links of those 5 different options and go to whatever plan you're either offering as a lead magnet or offering to sell to them. Your specific listicle will vary depending on the topic that you're targeting. But once you know what your topic is, then you need to pin that information on Pinterest. So how do you do that? Let's go ahead and look at that right now. So once you know what you're going to target, you're going to create your Pinterest account if you don't have one already. You're going to log in and then you're going to head over to where it says create and then click on create a pin. You're going to land on this page right here. So this is where you're going to create your pin for Pinterest. You're on this screen now, so what do you do next? Well, you need to create an image for your Pinterest pin. So how do you do that? Very simple. You can head over to Google and you can search for Pinterest pin Canva template and you'll get these results. Simply click on the first result right here. We'll open it. And you'll see that you have a variety of different templates that you can use. Once you're here, you want to filter out for the free templates. So how do you do that? You come over to the left, you scroll down to where it says free, you click on there, and you'll see that this refilters once again. Once you filter this, it should give you the results for different templates that are free for you to use at no cost. So you can choose whatever template you have here. But for some reason, it's actually not filtering correctly because you can see that you have paid right here, you have paid right here. You can see the money sign. Simply ignore the ones that have the dollar sign, or you can actually use them as inspiration when you're creating your pin from a free template. So for example, if I click on this template, but I like this one that's paid over here, I can always edit this one to look exactly like that one at the end of the day. But to make it easier for you, that way you don't have to completely transform a template, just choose one of the free ones and base your pin image on the template that you're using. Let's say you already made your image. All you need to do is upload it to this square right here. So you can either drag and drop it, or you can click on here and then select the image that you chose. For this example, we'll use this one right here. We'll open it. So we have 9 small business ideas from home. So your title will match the title of the pin. 9 small business ideas from home. So you want to make sure you have that congruency between your pin, your title, and the title of your article as well, of your listicle. Now, once you have your title typed in, you need to type in your description over here. Now, one thing that I forgot to mention is that, for example, on this one, let's say our keyword is small business ideas. You see how we have it on the pin, and then we have it again over here on the title. So then we want to make sure that we have it on the description as well. Somewhere in there, we want to include the keyword that we are targeting. Or if it's 2 keywords, include your 2 keywords in both the title of the pin and on the pin itself and on your description. If you're using a long tail keyword, make sure and include it everywhere, on the pin, on the title, and on the description as well. Again, you're using organic traffic, so the only way that people will find you is through those keywords that you're including in your information. So on your description, you want to make sure you add in your keyword or keywords in there as well. Now, once you have your image, your title, and your description, then all you need to do is add in the destination or the link to where this pin is going to be sending people to. Now, before you click on publish over here, there is one more crucial detail that you need to pay attention to. If you see next to publish, you have this right here, you have select. On this option, it'll give you an option to add in boards to your Pinterest account. You want to make sure that your boards are very specific as well. Now, the reason that you want to be very specific on these boards is because it'll make it much easier for people to find them whenever they search for a specific keyword on Pinterest. So for example, let's say you have that picnic table. Instead of creating a board called woodworking plans, you can actually create woodworking plans for outside tables, or woodworking plans for picnic table, etc. Something that's very specific. Don't be broad with your boards. Another example would be gardening. Don't create a board just for gardening. If you're focusing on a specific plant, let's say tomatoes, then create a board called tomato gardening tips or chili gardening tips, or whatever plant that you're focusing on. Be very specific with your board. Again, these are keywords that people are searching for. So the more specific a board, the higher the chance that people will find your article, your pin, organically whenever they search for that specific keyword. Another example, pruning plants. Don't create a board called pruning plants. If you're focusing on, let's say, fruit trees, then create a board called pruning fruit trees. That's much more specific, and if somebody is looking specifically for pruning fruit trees, there's a higher chance that your result will end up higher organically. So how do you create those boards? It's actually very simple. Just click on select, create board, and here is where you're going to name your board with that specific name that you're going to use. So on this example, we're looking at small business ideas from home. Click on create. Once you have that board created, go ahead and click on publish. Once you publish it, it'll be available for people to find on Pinterest. Now make sure and do this as often as possible, and making sure that you're being very specific with your keywords. Once your pins start getting picked up organically by people searching for your keywords, you're going to start seeing that evergreen traffic slowly start coming into your website or to whatever link you're trying to send people to as time goes by. Now, I do hope that you received value off of this video, and if you did, make sure and give it a like and to subscribe to the channel. That way you're notified whenever a new video is uploaded.